We are here to talk to you about one of the biggest challenges facing this planet. The broad challenge that we want to focus on is how do we resource the Sustainable Development Goals? How do we ensure that we have the capital available to fund solutions to the critical challenges that we're going to be discussing this week? We've run the numbers. A lot of other people have run the numbers, and it turns out there is no way to do this without fixing the challenge of tax. Every year, $3 trillion that could be utilized to fund solutions for citizens around the world is being lost to broken tax processes. If we want to get the SDGs right, if we want to realize the global goals, we have got to fix that problem. And together with EY and MIT and a collaboration we have developed with the World Bank, we are seeing a way to do that. And Jeff is going to tell us how.
Tomicah, thank you. It is such a big problem in the world. 39 out of the 75 poorest countries in the world simply don't have enough revenue to meet basic needs. So let alone achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, just reaching those basic needs. 39 out of the 75 poorest countries, it's just not happening today. So we know that fixing the tax system is incredibly important. We're also finding that innovation in technology and data systems are changing how, as you mentioned, fraud detection is occurring. We've got incredible examples in countries like Kenya and Madagascar and Morocco that are using these technologies today. It's a scale problem, though. How do we take those great pilots and scale it around the world?
The real question isn't whether these tools work. As Jeff has said, we've seen them work. We're seeing them work in real time. The question is whether we, all of us, are going to come together and make them available to countries. And so that's why we are forming the Prosperity Collaborative. It is an effort between a range of organizations in academia, the private sector, the public sector, and civil society to develop, deploy, and scale solutions that will lead to more efficient and fair taxation processes. We think it's one of the most significant transformations that can occur with the potential to help advance the Sustainable Development Goals.
You know, Tomicah, if you look at Sustainable Development Goal number 17, actually calls for this greater partnership to revitalize economies. And isn't that what we're looking at? We believe that this is a problem in the world that takes an ecosystem approach. No single institution can solve this problem. As much as I love our firm, EY, and the great resource at New America and Sains at MIT, we've enjoyed collaboration with the World Bank and also Boston Global Forum. We believe it takes those parties together to solve one of the biggest problems, frankly, in the world today.
The World Economic Forum did a study several years ago in which they asked the very profound question, what makes society succeed? They then analyzed 30 years worth of data from the United Nations, the World Bank, the OECD, and 14,000 interviews with CEOs. And they distilled the answer from all of that research down to a simple sentence. They said, if you want to know the success of a society, just look at the strength of its institutions. And you will not have effective, successful, strong institutions unless and until those institutions are adequately resourced.
Right.
That process begins with fixing public finance. And that's the work that we are pledging to undertake today.
And Tomicah and Sandy, just imagine through our work, if we could eradicate just 1% of tax fraud around the world. You mentioned this is a $3 trillion a year global problem. Just eradicating 1% of that would produce $30 billion of new capital. Just imagine what that would do to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Incredible.
Thank you. I think this is really good. We're short on time here, but you see us up here, come and talk to us. I think this is really exciting, and as you said, we're going to have sort of a rollout and invite people from all over the world for several months. So this is not your only chance to get involved. You want to say anything, last words?
Just one last invitation. We will be holding a roundtable about the Prosperity Collaborative tomorrow at 5 p.m. at Blockchain Central in the Hotel Europe on the Promenade. We'd love to have any of you who are able to join us participate.
If you're watching this on video and you represent a government and you're facing some of the issues that we talked about today, reach out to one of us. This collaboration is open to helping governments around the world.
Okay, so we'll all be there. You be there too. Thank you.